what are some of the top advisors doing from the standpoint of growing up market to attract more attractive clients consistently in their business? Let's start there.
Yeah, I think a lot of what I'm seeing right now, Duncan, has to do with the words, because the words truly matter for every team that I have the opportunity to work with. And what I mean by that is, what is the message? What is the mission? Who are we trying to attract? And then how do we attract those folks? And so many of my firms, when we look at what we consider to be the ideal client, they have multiple ideal clients already. Where one of the biggest gaps is for trying to grow up market, continually try to attract the right types of client, is not leveraging those existing ideal clients. And what I mean by that is learning more from those folks. Why are they there in the first place? What do they enjoy about the interaction and the partnership that they have with that firm? What's meaningful to them? What keeps them there, and what compels them, if they are compelled, to introduce? And I think most of those folks at that level that are the best clients of the advisors that I have the opportunity to work with, they do want to support that firm. They do want to see the continued success of that firm. There's still a gap that exists there, though, in that area of the advisors not fully understanding the minds of those clients. And I think there's a lack of clarity at the client level that the advisor is willing to speak to other people that are meaningful to them, because those clients assume, okay, they're busy. I don't know if they have the time right now. There's multiple things that factor in, but those are conversations that I have on a regular basis and stands out to me as areas where advisors and their team can continue to improve at that level.
Jason, do you want to touch on that?
Absolutely. No, I couldn't agree more. And I hear a lot of the same sentiments with a lot of the folks that I'm working with as well. And we do a fantastic job in this industry of building a practice and building this brand. And we get to a point where we have such strong relationships, we almost sometimes can take those for granted. And I hear that from advisors that, you know what, I've worked with these people for so long, I feel like we have a great relationship, but maybe that referral strategy is not there. Maybe we're not seeing as many introductions. And why is that? Mike kind of touched on it. We're not always going out to our clients and asking them specifically, what's your pain point? What are you thinking about? The people and the discussions that you have, what are you hearing? And how could we serve better? And so I couldn't agree more in that. And it's not only having the right language, because words do matter, and having the ability to equip your top advocates, those people out there who really want to advocate for your experience you offer. We have to equip them with the right things to say. And I think having those conversations that Mike's talking about with your clients and sitting down and really digging in and getting outside of your comfort zone to maybe take some harsh feedback. Maybe not harsh, but identifying some blind spots could be there. I think secondarily, the other thing that's important here is not only is the messaging correct, but I think a lot of times what we find, and Mike, I know you'll agree with me here, we can create concepts and systems, but the practices that execute at the highest level, it's the mindset. They look at themselves in the mirror and they can identify where their gaps are, and they want to attack those aggressively and intentionally. It's kind of the year of 2026, intentional things that they can work on. And in that, it's just a mindset of how can we excel here, but then how can we have a consistent process for every single advocate client that we continue to work with. It's a mindset thing, and implementation and intentionality are two of the biggest things.